Hello everyone, the Nerdy Steve here, and today we will be featuring a best of one Esper control list in Alchemy. The link is in the description below. I'm going to talk about a little bit of the game plan, and then we'll play a couple of matches. So, let's go. So, first, in general, Alchemy with the recent nerfs to the Revels combo is kind of in a really wide open spot. There's a lot of different things you can do, and the upcoming next week is the qualifier weekend. So Alchemy is really, really important for people right now. So I know a lot of people aren't huge fans, but it is a really, really good format, and it is Magic, so we love Alchemy here. Now, with all that being said, let's talk about this list, and it is an Esper control deck, and there are a lot of different versions of Esper. There's one with Diviner of Fates as well, which is really, really popular. But this one, we want to assume that a lot of decks are going to be very, very aggressive. And there are a lot of very aggressive strategies going out there right now. Mono green and mono red are very, very popular. And so this is kind of going to appeal to that type of metagame. So really, it's very, very simply, we want to use our removal to, to disrupt what our opponent's doing early on with Void Rend, and Vanishing Verse. We have Mind Spike against the non-creature heavy decks. And then we want to win with, things like Calim, the Wandering Emperor, getting us creatures, and Saiba Syphoner is going to be able to repeat our disruptive elements until we can just overwhelm our opponent with our card advantage. Also, Tasha is a win condition by milling. I didn't bring that up, but that is also a very legitimate win condition against aggressive strategies and control strategies alike, because against aggressive strategies, you get the creatures and win that way. Against non-aggressive strategies, you mill out your opponent if they don't have any creatures. So, with all that being said, let's hopefully control the early game and win late game, and let's see how that happens. We will mulligan this hand, and this seems decent. I'm gonna... God. What do we want? We'll get rid of one Mind Spike. If our opponent is playing a deck... Alright. I don't know what I'm saying. But let's Mind Spike here. We'll untap. And then we can Tainted Indulgence. Ooh. So we don't necessarily care about these because we're very much a control deck. So the Vanishing Verse and Right, we can just wait and hold out on. We just need to get late in the game so our card advantage can start doing stuff. And I think that our opponent's deck isn't particularly aggressive, so we should be able to do that. I'm just going to do that here as a tapped land. I want to be able to hit all of our mana. And because we know our opponent is an aggressive deck, we can just Tainted Indulgence away, like maybe Shadow's Verdict or Farewell. They're not going to be particularly useful here. Like, we would love maybe having... I don't know. This Hive of the Eye Tyrant might be a little problematic for us, though. So we have to be aware of dying from that, because we have very little ways to interact with the creature lands. We don't have the White March, for example. Or the black one, I guess. So that means we probably want to Farewell. Alright, here. This is a little unfortunate in that our opponent can still write it but it does save us a turn. And that's what is going to be really, really helpful. Is it saves us a turn of damage. And if our opponent wants to Rite of Oblivion it, it is like... they have to get rid of some stuff, so... still not ideal, but... however, again, we are afraid of the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, so... that is something that, you know, is a little scary. And honestly, these Void Rends... not doing the best. I'm setting up a stop during our opponent's second main phase. I'm not sure how Magic is going to work, whatever, but I want to be able to Void Rend the wedding announcement before our opponent can really draw the card from it, I think. We'll do this now. Though, again, in retrospect, maybe we should have just done it on the Ghast. You know how I thought this was gonna go well, this game? It's not. Just saying. Ooh! Well, we have that land. I don't... maybe I should have farewelled here. But I kind of just want to... oh, Deadly Dispute? Okay. Be able to Void Rend something big happening. Snarl. But again, we're just not in a good spot. Mainly because the Hive the Eye Tyrant is here. It's really, like, messing us up. A lot. So... yeah, let's get rid of it. And then I guess we just exile all artifacts, all creatures, all enchantments, and all graveyards, yeah. I was like, exiling all graveyards is a little not great for us because of our own Saiba Syphoner and Tainted Indulgence, but it probably evens out against the right of Retribution or Oblivion that our opponent's doing. But again, we are worried because we're taking 3 here, and that's not good. At all. And we're just drawing land. Hopefully our opponent is afraid of our own Wandering Emperor, which apparently isn't gonna happen. We need a Vanishing Verse, please. Honestly, we should have just attacked with the Hall of the Storm Giants there. It's gonna lose 2 life. I'm, again, bluffing a Wandering Emperor. Our opponent shouldn't necessarily have, like, if we have Wandering Emperor, which we do have one of, we could kill the Hive and survive for a couple more turns. But, you know, we're probably losing anyway, so... Oh no. And now we just wait for our opponent. Ooh, Meat Hook Massacre. For 0. Okay. Oh, I like that. But we're dead, so GG. This seems like a pretty decent hand to keep. We have, you know, Bind of Secrecy up on turn 2. And then we have potential removal for Void Rend on turn 3. And then, you know, hopefully we'll draw a land by then, but we'll see. And Saiba Syphoner will be able to, you know, buy back something down the line. So kind of have all of our... Everything is, like, together, but we'll see how it goes. We're gonna play Raffine's Tower here. One of the interesting things here is Forsaken... Alright, by drawing the Deserted Beach, we don't have to choose whether we want a Forsaken Crossroads on turn 2 to leave us vulnerable to a potential non-creature spell. So right now we're okay. Orb of Dragonkind. So our opponent is a dragon deck, and we're going to want to counter that, I think. Because what this allows us to do... Oh, that was a great land as well. Because now we can remove whatever they do on the 3rd turn. And now, for our 4th turn, we get to Memory Deluge. So everything is kind of going together. It's great. Oh, wow. So that can give all the dragons haste. Now we have to be a little careful. This is kind of cool. We have Void Rend for the first dragon, but depending on what it is, maybe we just want a Memory Deluge. Oh no, we want to get rid of this now. And now, ooh, Doomskar. So what I'm going to do is foretell it. We'll Forsaken Crossroads, probably named Blue. We don't need, I think, another Siphoner, because we have so much going on in our hand. We would rather probably get another land here. We can always Tainted Indulgence and discard a Memory Deluge to flash it back later on down the line. But we are, I am a little scared of the Haste Dragons are going to be a little bit of a problem. Because we can't really deal with them. And our Doomskar is a little slow, right? So... And with Atsushi specifically, our opponent's going to get some value out of this. Which I don't love. Ooh, Tasha? Is Tasha worth it? So I think we need to Tainted Indulgence to try and get a land here. Would have loved an untapped land. So sadly, I think we have to Doomskar. Our opponent's gonna get a lot of value here. Because whatever dragon they cast will have haste. And that's not good for us. And it's another Atsushi. And it can be a creature land as well. So this is not wonderful for us. Alright, that's kind of what I wanted, but... Oh, we can Tasha the Atsushi.
Fight fair.
Right? Or get the gold span. So that's actually kind of cool. I wasn't even thinking of that initially. Because plussing Tasha would have
I am
been
the
not
master of the dead
fantastic. Like, our opponent could animate the Djinn and the Atsushi. Now we have this, and do you know what? Let's attack. And get a treasure. I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen, right? Our opponent kills us? They would need a really big dragon. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So we're gonna go to 4 now. Or I think one of them might want to go at Tasha. Right? Which would make a lot of sense. So Tasha's gone. We really kind of want the Wandering Emperor. Would be amazing. Another orb. So we're gonna Memory Deluge. Here. 1 and 2. I guess, what do we do here? Because attacking is a little scary. I guess we just have to say go and hope. Our opponent being a dragon deck with haste is really unfortunate for us in this matchup. Just because... Oh, our opponent missed with orb. That's good. It's just we're under... Our mana and our cards have to really, really work with what our opponent is doing. At a very effective way. And efficient way that it's just like really, really difficult. So this will bring us to 2. If we do this, and this will give our opponent lots of mana and stuff. Oh, wow. None of this is ideal. Okay. Alright. So we get to Saiba. And I think we want Void Rend. Oh, that's not good. Because now... We're just dead regardless, right? Yeah. I guess we can hope our opponent makes a mistake. But we really needed the Wandering Emperor there. Void Rend on the old Gnawbone means we die to Leyline Tyrant. Yeah, how unfortunate. Maybe our opponent won't attack with both. GG. Alright, this again is a very interesting hand and choice. Our opponent is mono red, so our work is going to be cut out for us. So we want black, white. So we'll do black here on turn 1, white, blue. We'll scry. Oh no. So we will Vanishing Verse here and then get Kamano faces Takazan. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're taking a lot of damage here. So let's kill that. What does our opponent have? Is that just blood? Okay. These Memory Deluges are going to literally be the death of us. Oh, big spender. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't imagine winning right now. Huh. Oh, probably should have discarded Memory Deluge. The problem here is that it's mostly going to be irrelevant because I can't imagine anything being good enough, and nothing is. GG. Alright. This isn't the best hand, but I'm keeping it because we get to alright, that we wanted that land on top. So now if our opponent is an aggressive deck, we have double Doomskar. Right? And we had a Calim to, you know, maybe tap down something that we didn't necessarily want to attack. And now, alright, we get to Mind Spike. This hand has turned out very, very well against what our opponent is doing. Not sure yet. But that's not good for us. It looks like our opponent is some type of combo deck. But with this is gonna be a problem, right? Because guess what? We have a lot of anti-creature stuff going on, and it looks like our opponent doesn't have anything. We're doing this to get our land drop. And we kind of did it. But this would be a really, really good hand for us to get, you know, Memory Deluge or really anything right now. Because our opponent's just going to run away with the game. Otherwise, like Tainted Indulgence would be really, really wonderful so we can discard Farewell. Like, this is not what we need. Uh-oh. I feel like that might be Alrune's Epiphany. And if it is, we're not going to be having a good time, everyone. Oh, are they a mill deck? Are we going to get Tasha's Hideous Laughter? Oh, maybe, no, I mean, our opponent could have saved it with the Fading Hope no matter what. I was like, so maybe we shouldn't have Doomscar there, but it's probably fine. So this is probably the Foretell red sorcery that doubles an instant or sorcery. And so right now we're not in the best spot, mainly because we have a lot of anti-aggro cards, and our opponent is not really playing any permanents either. Like, If our opponent had a Tasha or something, we could at least 1-for-1 it. But we're going to get Tasha's Hideous Laughter here, which isn't anywhere near as good. Alright, we got Big Scored instead, which, again, not really good for us, right? Because what are we doing? Nothing. We don't have any pressure. And our opponent is just destroying us. Alright, let's put that up there. Let's see if we can kill the Ruin Crab. Another Fading Hope. Then I think, again, we just say go. Opponent has so many cards in hand. Iteration's just so good, too. Oh, and a Galvanic Blast. Alright. So it wouldn't surprise me if we die here to a Galvanic Blast, Tasha. Oh, okay. Oh, no, this has to be the Tasha then, right? So let's see what happens here. Ten, 2. Galvanic. Wow. All of that's really bad for us. And we lose. Well, thank you for watching, even though this did not go well at all. And it happens sometimes, I swear. I won without recording, but that's how it happens. I think this deck is just not... There are definitely ways to improve this deck. How about let's go with that? I think the Absorb Energy was a very dead, inconsistent card in my hand so much, and there's too many aggressive decks out here where countering a creature spell to make Calim or Syphoner cost 1 less isn't just what you want to be doing. And so I think that starts there is turning Absorb Energy into something else. But yeah, right now, if I were to recommend this deck, I wouldn't. But I think going to a more mid-range aggressive strategy really, really fixes a lot of the potential things here. I thought this deck would be, you know, much better than it is. But in trying to, you know, be a control deck without knowing how aggressive or control your opponent is going to be in this metagame, you end up having a lot of dead cards, and unlike the mid-range Esper decks, or decks with Fable of the Mirror Breaker, you don't have the card selection here to get rid of the bad cards to keep the good cards. And that's where this deck kind of faltered, but I think there is an ability to make it good, and I'd fool around with it a little bit more, but I don't know. But sometimes the decks just don't work out, and that's why I play them and craft them so you don't have to. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. Watch me stream live at twitch.tv/thenerdysteve. And yeah, thanks. And have a good morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are. Bye.